All right, real quick. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are fucking awesome. I did not really expect this. But yeah, just if you plan on sticking around, don't expect too much because I kind of just tend to ramble on. Like, I don't really have a point of this channel other than to just talk about plugins, producing audio stuff that I'm interested in, and hopefully share it in a way that's kind of laid back and chill. But yeah, thanks everyone for the support so far. I'll keep. Let me know if you have anything else to like you want me to talk about. But it's that time again. And what's that time? Well, I'm talking about another compressor that I like. The one today is I'm going to be talking about the Analog Obsession LA. I'm not used to that name because if you don't know, this is a remake of a popular compressor by Teletronics. Now, this is just a classic tube compressor. Now, what is a tube compressor? Well, it's kind of a slower one. This one is not like the 1176 that I was talking about last time. And what I really like specifically about this specific compressor is two things. One, it's super easy to use. It has two knobs basically that do stuff. And number two, it adds its own color to it because this is a vintage tube compressor. It's going to add its own sound to it. It almost acts like a saturator on top of that. And I'll get into that. Now, the one I have, it's free. It's this Analog Obsession LA version. This is a free one. You can find it somewhere. I'm not going to link it in the description because I don't want to be responsible for like giving you guys a virus or something. But you guys are smart. If you want this compressor, you can find it somewhere for free, probably. But yeah, this is the remake of it. I'm going to show you how I like to use it. Real quick. So here's a little shit I made just for this. I don't know. I basically just threw a bunch of splice plugins together, or splice samples, not plugins together. So I'll play this real quick. All right, cool. So yeah, just some stuff I threw together for this example. So this piano is what I'm going to be using it on. Now, this specific compressor, because it's slow, I don't recommend it on using stuff with a lot of translate information. But for piano, bass, vocals, it's good. And a lot of people actually use this compressor coupled with another one. If you can see on the vocals here, I don't know how much this really matters because these are a sample and it's probably already been compressed, but I have the 1176 and then this thing after it, just to add some color. So how do you use it? Or how do I use it at least? I don't recommend soloing while you're compressing because then you can't really hear what it's doing. But for this example, I'm going to do it just to make it easier to hear. Now, LA2A. How do you use this thing? Or LA is this version. There's a bunch of knobs over here. Don't really worry about this for now. These are EQ knobs. Basically, if you want the compressor to react to a certain range, you can fiddle with that. But I'm just going to go super simple. How do you use it? There's two knobs that you need to pay attention to, gain and peak reduction. Peak reduction is basically how much compression you're doing. Now, I looked this up on the website. At least the original LA2A, when this is all the way over, apparently it does negative 40 dB of compression, which is fucking crazy. That's a lot. And then it's kind of arbitrary where in here. But look at the meter here and pick how much you want to do. Now, I want to do about 5 to 7 dB of compression just because. So I'm going to go somewhere in here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, obviously, use your ears. And then gain, this is just a gain match. Remember, you don't want the signal coming out of a compressor to be louder in general than it is coming in because our brains like loud stuff. And if we make it too loud coming out of it, it'll be hard to hear what the compressor's actually doing. It'll just seem louder. And also, you could have some gain staging issues in the future. So when you're doing this, just try to gain match most of the time, unless you know what you're doing and you have a reason not to. So I'm gonna A/B it. I think I could maybe use a little bit more. All right, nice. So if you can't hear, I'll solo it again. That's where I hear it right here. This part right here. It's bringing that up a little bit to make it a little bit more even. But I also just noticed a really big tone difference. Feel like it's adding some warmth. Now, I'd play around with it because this is maybe not the best example. There's a lot of like samples in here, so they've probably already been compressed. But yeah, that's this LA compressor. I would recommend looking into it. One last thing is this knob right here. Because of how simple this thing is to use, it doesn't have a ratio knob. Now, when I was looking it up, apparently when it's on comp right here, it's 1:3 ratio. When it's on limit, it literally just almost acts like a limiter. So do that with what you do what you will with that, I guess. I'm running out of things to say here. But yeah, just to end this quickly, two things I like about this specific compressor, other than the fact that you can get it for free, is it's super easy to use and it adds its own color to the sound because of it being like mimicking a tube compressor. So yeah, thanks again for all the support on the videos. I'll try to get a little bit more coherent when I'm talking. I haven't recorded videos like this in like 4 years. So yeah, thanks again for all the support. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about, and have fun using this compressor.